Just the moment when the president turned around, the girl suddenly discovered her blind date turned out to be her boss. The girl was immediately embarrassed, but think of the consequences of running away yourself. She had to pretend that she didn't know the president, so the girl immediately began to introduce herself. Also said that this was her first blind date. However, the president pointed out that the girl knew herself. The girl was stunned. She didn't find out until now. The president's introductory board only reads the mysterious rich man, and she called the president by the president's last name. Just when she was desperate, the president asked his assistant to send away the people who were waiting outside. Just when the assistant informs the people outside, the girl's best friend was very happy. She felt that the girl had captured the president's heart, but what she didn't know was, the girl hugged the president's leg at this time. He whispered that he was wrong. The posture of the two frightened the assistant. The girl apologized again, said that she had recognized the wrong person before. Her best friend's boyfriend cheats. She didn't expect it in order to vent her anger to her best friend. President and the scumbag wore the same clothes. That's why it was splashed to the president. Unexpectedly, the president felt that the girl was lying. The girl was also asked how she knew her last name. The girl fell silent. She thinks if the president knows he's an employee, the president will definitely fire her. Unexpectedly, the president saw that she did not speak, so he asked the assistant to call the police. The girl was immediately anxious. She said that she heard others say it outside. However, the president didn't want to send her that. He stood up and asked the girl for compensation. Unexpectedly, the girl was taken aback by the price. She pointed out that the price was wrong. However, as soon as she said it, she realized that something was wrong, so he hurriedly added his words. Looking at the lost girl, the president has a new idea. He said that as long as the girl promised him one thing, not to compensate, the girl immediately agreed. What she didn't expect was that the president actually asked for a fake marriage with her. When he came to the restaurant, the assistant handed the girl the papers. Inside is the contract of the fake marriage. The girl was suddenly taken aback by the thickness of the document. But the president said that as long as the girl listened to her own words, she would do things. You can repay the compensation. In desperation, the girl had no choice but to sign the contract. However, what the president did not expect was, the girl even signed the contract under a pseudonym. When she got home, the girl received a call from the president. She sorts out her emotions and answers the phone. However, her psychological defenses were broken in an instant. The president actually asked her to see his grandmother tomorrow. The president immediately said, as long as the girl can help herself pass the test of grandma, just give the girl a bonus. Unexpectedly, the girl herself could not be bought with money. Even hung up the president's phone immediately. However, the next day, the girl appeared in a well-dressed way. The president immediately teased her. The girl said she was just joking. When they arrived at the hotel, the two walked in intimately. But what they don't know is, the president's grandmother was ready for the test. They found no one in the private room, so the president went to find his grandmother. Just while the girl was waiting alone, Grandma walked in. She pretended to be a cleaner who had come to pick up the garbage in the private room, but the girl went over and told her, someone very scary will come later. Persuade